Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
Trump, like there's certain figures who's like they're too crucial as fronts for other things that they get to be idiots and fuck up and bankrupt things and destroy their toys, and they'll always get another line of credit because they're otherwise too useful. Like with Musk, it's because of his defense contracts and the Starlink shit. They can't afford to let him go broke, so they'll be like, all right, what did you do now? Okay, fine. Here it is. Whatever. Have fun, idiot.
Well, hey, maybe the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will also take a slight haircut because they're a 4% stakeholder now.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
Well, if they have to take too much of a haircut, they might give Elon a head cut.
Oh! Well, I mean, like, that's the thing. Is like, Elon Musk. He's brought free speech back to Twitter. He's brought comedy back to Twitter. I'll just say I'll take that claim a little bit more seriously when Elon Musk, I don't know, shares his thoughts on, let's say, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia or China. I would love to hear Elon Musk.
Is that all of his
I would
fans
love to hear
like,
Elon Musk's thoughts on China. I would love him to share his uncensored thoughts.
Free speech warrior on very specific topics.
They all hate China, and they all think we're in a war with China, and he is in a situation where China has his balls in a vice and can snap them off whenever they want. So I don't know. One theory is that he's going to make money out of this thing is by like selling confidential information to governments seeking it. So that like the Saudis won't have to send like an agent to Twitter so that they can find out, all the teenagers they need to arrest. He'll just give it to them for money.
He also like he's fired a lot of people. Like he was just like he made everyone work over the weekend to find him $1 billion to service the debt. But of course, like now apparently he's immediately involved in like another deluge of lawsuits because he apparently fired these people without 60-day warning. And look, these are people who work for Twitter. I don't really care if they get fired or not. I just think his management style is really cool and funny.
Can we also talk about like how like all of these fired Twitter employees, like there's nothing more embarrassing to me than like when you make your work not a job. So they're all being like, like, oh, I thought Twitter loved me back. And it's like, no, at the end of the day, you're just a number on a spreadsheet and you look like a fucking baby if you like mistake work for a job or you know what I mean?
Work for a relationship.
Yeah.
Your family.
Yeah.
Your family.
Exactly. All work is a job at the end of the day. And if you're doing anything above and beyond, you're a fucking rube.
I also like that, like, okay, like the promise of him owning Twitter was that we could finally get the Babylon Bee their account back. I'm like, I've been waiting for that forever because, I mean, like, God,
so
they're
funny.
Comedy.
I need good political satire, but like, they're not back. Hitler fan 69 or 20. I haven't seen his posts in a while. And it's just like, I don't know if you guys saw this, but like, these right-wing guys have like immediately turned on him because they haven't immediately been reinstated. Because he's just like, and then he already said, he's like, yeah.
Cat turd 69.
Yeah.
I'm working on it as fast as I can.
I'm working on it.
There's only 2 cat turds, thank you. we aren't
working on it.
69.
And he's like, I'm working on it with my new moderation panel, which will include Jonathan Greenblatt of the Anti-Defamation League. I mean, come on, man. His fans they're losing patience. They want comedy back, and they want it now.
Like, he was going to make approximately no one happy with this value proposition. Like, not his fans and not the people who actually use Twitter, who are by and large, like, I don't know, liberal media people, coastal elites.
I mean, they can't be stressed enough. He was forced by the Delaware Court of Chancery to go through with this deal. Like, it was never real. It was always
a joke.
It was always a troll. I'm epically going to troll Twitter by offering them an insane overvalue so that they have to like let me into their headquarters and then I can fuck around and then I'll say, oh no, there's bots and then leave.
He did fuck around.
Yeah,
and
but then he found out because he signed a thing. He signed a goddamn contract that he was in black letter violation of, and then it's just, how do you look at this motherfucker and you're like, this is his plan all along. He's actually playing 12th Dimension. It's like that is the only way left in America to have any hope, I guess, is to look at one of the group of like absolute buffoons at the top of a political and economic pyramid and just wish cast them into being a savior of some kind. But man, you really have to do some work.
But what him and Mark Zuckerberg are doing with Meta and like losing so much money is the most anybody has ever done to dismantle like the 1%. So they're honestly on our side.
They're killing capitalism.
Dismantling big tech.
Yes, dismantling big tech, capitalism, 1%. Yeah.
$700 billion. What is it?
No,
yeah,
this is it.
700 billion.
This is from Forbes today. Meta is the S&P 500's worst performer of 2022 as losses near 75%.
Good Lord.
Shares of Facebook Meta overtook the dubious honor as the biggest loser in the S&P 500 this week as the Silicon Valley giant bleeds money to fund CEO Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse vision and underscores big tech's 2022 downfall. Meta stock has faltered all year but crashed 25% last Thursday after reporting concerning quarterly earnings is down a further 11% this week to a 7-year low of below $90. So yeah, they're doing a praxis.
They are.
If we just get the Babylon Bee back though. The regime is teetering right now.
It's also so funny, like, going back to what Matt said, like, I dare any one of these fucking libs who's, like, threatening to leave Twitter, like, all right, do it. All right, do it.
No one's going to leave. No one's leaving.
No one is going to leave.
No one's leaving.
No one will ever log off, like, until it's just the N-word in your replies again and again and again. And even still, they'll be like, then they'll have something new to tweet about. And the thing they'll tweet about is like, oh, I wish Twitter was better. Oh, remember old Twitter.
I will bear witness to the crimes of Cat Turd 4 at that point. It'll be the 4th iteration of Cat Turd. Stronger than ever.
I just feel like, it's been going on forever now, and it's honestly, it's part of the appeal of being on Twitter is complaining about it. But like, kind of my feeling is like about people who are like, oh, the health site, I hope someone destroys it for my mental health or whatever. It was the same to my answer to the question in our call-in episode about like, oh, like smoking weed makes me feel anxiety and paranoia. Smoke more weed. If Twitter, if Twitter's the health site for you, just be on Twitter more. It's fine. It's fine. All my friends are here.
Build up tolerance.
All my friends are here.
If it's a health site for you, you probably don't have enough friends on there.
Yeah.
That's true.
You should try making more friends on the playground.
If it's a health site for you, you should try supporting the regime more.
I'd rather,
you get all the perks.
It's better to reign in the hell site than serve in the heaven site.
The heaven site meaning Gab, or Gitter, by our good friend Jason Miller,
or Mastodon. That's the woke alternative.
I'm sorry, isn't Gitter for I won't go into it, but for a man who has had some issues with women, the funniest fucking name for a social media platform?
Pretty good.
Gitter,
yeah.
Gitter. Go on, Gitter.
But like along the lines of Elon Musk management style, Chris, you sent me this, and I thought this was this is a pithy summary of Twitter of Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter. John Christian writes, "Imagine living in a Mars colony with this management style."
correct.
This would be the opening scene of Total Recall en masse. This would be 500 people rolling down a hill and having their eyes burst out of their fucking head.
Also,
but even his amazing work at Twitter at this point, I mean, this you shouldn't have needed this to know that Musk is a fraud. You shouldn't even needed all of those exploding Teslas to know it. Just look at his attempt at getting hair plugs. The guy has $100 zillion, and he cannot find on this earth convincing looking hair plugs. That should tell him and you that he's not going to Mars. He's not going to live in the computer. He's not going to have self-driving cars. There's not going to be a Hyperloop. Like the technology fantasy is just not here. If you can't even get a decent fucking rug,
I do agree. Yeah, his management style must be really bad if he can't figure out how to look better when he's a billionaire.
And that's
none of those guys. None of them can do anything about the hair. Hair
except for Jeff Bezos. Bezos has the right
he
idea.
Just does the reptile. That's still surrendering, though.
Well, no,
shaving your head is running up the white flag.
Okay, no. I disagree.
I disagree. I think it's getting ahead of it.
I think Bezos, he made a strategic retreat from having hair, but then did a bold counteroffensive about getting on an excellent stack of steroids and human growth hormone to make him look like he's having a good time.
See, but that's exactly it. He's like, his balls are probably the size of maraschino cherries at this point. He's got gross, like, old man muscle boobs. He looks like a string of jerky, probably. And why? To distract from the fact that he fucking went bald. If he could have kept that hair, and with $900 billion, you'd think he'd be able to. But that's it. That technology doesn't exist. There's no secret here for hair loss that the rich people are holding. There's no secret to digital immortality. It's all fucking bullshit.
Much to the chagrin of every host of this podcast.
We've reached the end. We're not getting to any new technological heights.